Night, Dan, 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists between them to beat Maryland.
Handlockton has come in. Richard is down low. Houck on top for three. It's the
round already of the game. And they now have more offensive rebounds than Florida, 6-4.
Houck is a sophomore out of Pennsylvania with a three.
And then disappeared from their offense. I'm not sure Florida has anybody that can play him down low.
Maryland had 6 turnovers in the first 9 minutes of the first half and trailed by 11. 1 turnover in the last 11, but they get one right there in the first minute of the second. That's a three, and it's down. That's it back on top. Reese is on him. Shot clock at 5. Clayton, the All-America, a three. Rebound. Houck, look at him aggressively attack the board. Richard will drive into a thicket of defenders and hand off to Condon.
Points. They have absolutely dominated Maryland on the glass.
Gillespie can't hit the long three. Aberdeen. Richard, the cutting Houck. That's it.
Hands on it, he does. Shot clock winding down. McNeely doesn't go, and a box out there by Clayton. Richard on the move.
Just took them out of their sets.
57-54 Huskies.
2 good passers as bigs.
Feed it, Houck. Now it's Richard.
Look at this. Puts it down. That kid knows that. At least 3 threes, Bird, that kid. Martin.
Mading. Soft touch, but it doesn't go. Condon clears. Clayton got off to the hot start, and now others are chipping in the scoring column. Bullet feed. Handlockton catches it. Handlockton, physical move for 2.
And how about that? Right?
Yeah, his dad played for Utah, got traded to the Nets, and never played a game. Ben Handlockton, very
look at this kick,
successful career overseas. Flip it ahead. Martin is there. You can't do it any better than that.
Up defense, you can get a little jumper. A little hold, I thought.
And Moore lost it. Get it ahead. Give it up. Unselfish. Houck with the throw. His numbers as a sophomore: 8.2 points, 4.3 rebounds, and a steal per game for Chris Fields Jr. Condon. Straight away, Trey. Book it.
Goodness. Offensive end. The shots they want, the shots that are best for them. The body language a lot different for Norfolk State here.
Contact. Myers goes down. Richard swing. They let Condon take it, and he banks it in. A trip.
Meshack. Ziegler. Back to Meshack. Up, no good. And Martin's got it for the Gators.
Tough to drive with Akpara in that low post.
Look at how quickly the Gators get down the floor, and it's another 16 seconds to go in the half. Florida ball.
Rick Barnes going zone after that timeout. Just give a different look. Now back. Now they'll man up.
Richard. Aberdeen has to force it. And he hit it. Ziegler makes it a 9-point game. Richard gets it over. Condon lays it in.
And throws it down. The turnovers are going to be something that these opponents are going to focus on. So there's a vulnerability there.
Yeah, no doubt. And Missouri very disruptive. We've talked a lot about Florida, rightfully so in this game, but Missouri is a legitimate second weekend team as well.
House dribbles between his legs. They got 10 on the shot clock. High screen, Chinyalu. They switch off. Richard gets it down low. Chinyalu, that's such a clutch, difficult. Layup is good. Just like that, back within 9. Boy, the turnovers continue to plague the Gators.
It's obvious that the message from Todd going at halftime, his guards, it did not sink in yet. They are being sped up by this Missouri team, and the turnovers are showing.
It's a release valve right. Bates in traffic, that's no good. Look out! How came out of nowhere to grab it and got rid of it before he crashed to the ground. Alley-oop time! Richard finds Martin.
They've had 2 wins over #1 teams. They've been excellent on the road. They've had back-to-back road wins over ranked teams, both Auburn and Mississippi State. And that's with guys out.
Richard attacks and hand locked and puts slithers through and finishes.
Big fella has been working today. Yeah, that outfit is what I like to call the Colonel outfit when he puts that one on.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I thought it was the Godfather.
Oh, that was it.
And a finish and one coming for Alex.
The world is going on. Silas Demery with 10 points.
Well, after his first 2, Aberdeen goes under that screen, and Demery says, I'm feeling it, I'm going to take this. But that's something else Coach White talked to us about. Listen, get up a shot. We can get on the offensive glass, get a second chance opportunity. And credit Hulk, too, for being able to slide that pass in there.
Taken away by guess who? Will Richard. Clayton, he'll lay it up and in.
You get popped like that, having to come out of the game, that's the last thing he wants to do.
Savzar, deep 3.
3 assists, rebounds, steals, 6 rebounds. He's been playing his best basketball.
So Collins has got all 4 for LSU. You know, in their SEC wins, Collins has been a factor in all 3 of them.
He's a guy that won't be heavily guarded because he doesn't take a lot of shots outside. So he'll have looks.
Richard, the marksman. Boy, they're really trying to work it into Chinyelu here, establishing the positions from an array of guards, as we pointed out. Carter launches. Can't hit it. Collins trying to get his fingertips on it. Rather, that was Miller. Klamjar, a blur into the front court. Good transition defense there. Sears leading the way. Richard, lob it up. Chinyelu, the 2 hands. When does it doesn't stop the Mardi Gras festivities? When does this holiday, and that's holiday never ends.
Never ends. No, I just thought it was like a week long, and I thought Fat Tuesday kicked it off. That's in a couple weeks. Not so much.
A week is how long it will take you to get your car from the Hotel Valet downtown. Wait around for a week. How about that nice jumper? That one. Victorious Miller stops, lets it go, and missed it from the mid-range. Richard on the move now. Numbers maybe. Richard had to throw it behind him. Out, got his man in the air. Florida's back within 4.
Florida team, right? They're tough. They win. He's a great defender. Teammates love him. Another great hand by Richard.
And Richard, great defender, finds Martin, sets his feet, and puts it in. Elijah Martin.
Imagine Clayton Jr. out of Iona. Will Richard from Belmont. But isn't every program built that way now?
Seems like, yeah.
Beauty of a guy like Clayton Jr. and given the years he's played, it's just never a heartbeat that beats too rapidly as they had a good play.
Here in Gainesville. We saw Auburn win in Tuscaloosa earlier today. Here's Thomas Houck running one-hander.
Has to be a factor if Mississippi State wants to go deep in the tournament.
Open is Aberdeen, and he answers. There is a foul as the shot.
We're missing a ton of shots inside, so we got to finish those.
They've only lost 1 game all season. That was to Duke on December the 4th at Cameron. They feel virtually unbeatable in this building, but what a half it was for the Gators. Richard into Chinyelu for the slam, and the lead is a dozen.
How to win on the road in the SEC. They've lost 3 in a row on the road in this league, including a 30-point whooping by the Sooners over the weekend.
Well, they got out of the gates with a great start with a big win on the road at LSU, but have struggled as of late. But this is a team that plays really good basketball. They're connected well, particularly on the offensive end, but struggling early on tonight. Early and shooting the ball, rose up with a lot of confidence.
McLaughlin had it tipped out. Will Richard comes away with it. Floated into the paint. Condon with the hezzy. And now it's desperation time for the Commodores.
And that's a tough one. Edwards has been playing lights out with 20 points, but you want to work the offense and see if you can get a better shot after moving it around.
Condon with the exclamation point.
Sticky with Ziegler on the bench. Oh, it goes in. A little bit of luck helps. Credit Okpara if he got a fingertip on that one.
Good point, Tom. I do think they're not deferring to the point guard.
Woo. And a jam on the other. Lanier hounded by Richard. He shook him. And a great recovery by Will Richard. Richard flips it outside. Elijah Martin drills his first.
To not play as that three is hit by LeFew. So that remains a story in transition. At any point, he could decide to give up the red shirt and play this year. He's physically able, but it's really up to him in the final analysis. Martin. Man, oh man. Florida. Nice move by Newell. They never could seem to get a combination back. And every time they try to creep back in, a turnover, a big play by Florida's off.
He can be a great scoring option for him and also dishes well. And rejection at the rim. Gators with a chance to push. 4 on 3. Off the window and in for Martin.
.6-point thing out the window in a game like this. Loose ball, rush for it. It's Florida who's on the floor first, and Condon with a dunk. Great hustle by
best three-point shooters, 49% from beyond the arc on the season.
I think he is the best shooter in the country. He can't take enough threes.
Richard to a cutting Thomas. How cool lay it in.
And then when you drive it, that was an excellent shot fake by Walter Clayton Jr.
And now Martin down with the rebound for Florida. They're looking to push. Clayton pulls up for 3. And it will go.
Factor, so having to rebuild and restock, part of the 2-10 start. Big swat on the interior. Clayton soars up.
Wow.
For the soft finish.
I think that's a good transition. We gifted Jeremiah Tenure Donnie Jones a win over at when he was at UCF.
2010. Tony came over to say hello. We chatted about that. Walter Clayton Jr. adds in perhaps where
allows
he's
him to
most
catch and shoot because he doesn't get a lot of catch and shoot opportunities with being the main ball handler.
Aberdeen gives it up for Clayton. Unselfish. Richard chased off the line.
Big
Out.
time.
Not
That's
his range,
big time.
but he'll take it.
Wow.
You can see it. Good kick out.
Ellison.
It's a sloppy possession defensively because that won't be a made 3 in league play.
Strong catch from Howell. He was in deep.
That Florida has with the 4 bigs that they play in this rotation.
That 3 sputters off from Miles. Florida in transition underneath with his back to the basket. On the secondary break, Miles cans a 3. And there's a quick 6 from the Ospreys. Martin downhill. Nice catch. Back to Martin. Corner 3 buckets.
Done. Great body control for the youngster.
Great contact balance.
53-49. Condon straight on. He's tough out there.
Bounce pass inside to Jihad. And he is surrounded by some white jerseys. Clayton up ahead. Aberdeen, who just checked in, gets it to Alexis. Back to Alexis. Mason sees a little seam all the way to the basket. Won't go. Richard back to Martin. He'll fire for 3. Got it right over Quaintance.
Being a star at FAU, Final Four a couple of years ago. Ames with a crossover, no. And the rebound down to Martin for Florida. Gators want to push tempo in this game. Into Condon. Nice catch and finish.
And then the winner of that Texas and Texas A&M game goes to Atlanta to play Georgia in the SEC title game.
Yeah, I really expect the Aggies to be ready for the Longhorns when they come in to College Station, especially after that tough loss to the Auburn Tigers. Wow! Makes But the Florida Gators are defending. They're using their feet to move. They're keeping their arms and hands out and using their length to disrupt the offense of Wichita State.
We're almost through with this first half. They've only taken 2 at the line. Behind the back pass. Condon, can he hit it? Yeah! That is a prolonged drought. Cortez got blocked. Martin flicks it ahead. Clayton is running. Richard.
Go get it!
Lob it up to Clayton.
Start to finish, and then of course another win over Iowa State by the Auburn Tigers. But don't forget about the Ole Miss Rebels, who are still undefeated as well. Mississippi State, it's the deepest that I've ever seen the league. It is going to be a gauntlet of a league and a tall task for the ACC, but a huge opportunity in the SEC-ACC challenge.
Boy,
10 minutes left to go in this basketball game, and it's a sign to the Florida Gators of just how good they can be when they put the priority on the defensive end as well.
Aberdeen knocks down the triple and reached the title game of this event. Clayton leaves the 3 short. Condon just another offensive rebound. He is always in the right place. Alex Condon with 7. Clayton with the basket. He's got 12.
The Salukis out of the Missouri Valley Conference, a very good mid-major league, and this is a program that has a tremendous tradition over the years. Condon gets it down low, little lefty feathery touch.
How did he catch that?
And then a double swat on the other end. Gators in transition! In this game, 7 from 11 from downtown. Houck with a block.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Yes! Martin turns.
Our first-year head coach, Patrick Frary. Here's Clayton, head of the field. Richard, lob it back to Clayton. Beautiful in transition.
Sloppy possession.
Burnside missed the slam, goes down hard. Howard turns it into 2 on the
Score inside and finish. Watkins misses a couple. Another one trickles off the rim. Taylor Bowen had a shot. And back we go the other way with Clayton, the former Iona Gale. All 3 of these veteran Florida guards started their college careers elsewhere. And there...
I'd like to see Ewan turn and face and just face him like a perimeter guy, even in the post. You don't have to turn your back and spin as much.
Backdoor pass. Work around the perimeter now, Clayton. Good ball movement to find the open man in the corner.
Active. They bring a level of quickness and athletic ability that some of the starting unit doesn't have. So he's very comfortable with his bench in this style, just pressing and playing. And you often tell your young guys you're going to make a mistake, make it aggressive.
Well, Alir Malouf made a...
Again, 2 in a row. Gives it up, Chinyelu. An exclamation point.
You might be 9th best in the league and still in the top 25.
Martin misfires. Richard the rebound. 8 turnover. Cray trying to take over in the second half. Another long lead for running big. It's Condon. Bell, 2-man game with Payne. Condon. Yep.